want to welcome some old friends who have been a part of our show before, Jim and Linda Jones, and they've been here sharing Alabama Childhood Food Solutions, and they're here to tell you about it again this morning. And how did all this get started? Jim, by the way, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
And how did all this get started?
Go ahead.
Alabama Childhood Food it developed out of my seeing the need for food insecure people in the Sylacauga area. Linda and I had been on 25 short-term mission trips and seen hunger around the world. But as I was driving up Highway 21, I realized there's the same percentage of hunger here in Sylacauga as there is in many of the countries in Africa and South America. So we decided that somebody should do something. And then I decided I'm somebody. And so we started with 40 bags of food, and now we're serving well over 3,300 individuals each month.
Linda, were you all in?
Oh yeah. Well, not quite at first, but after we prayed about it and decided this is what God wanted us to do, then we were all in, both of us.
Now, a number of children and families are being served. How many total now, you think?
Well, for children, we're feeding 1,950 children a week. For the weekend. Wow. Every weekend, we feed that many. And we're not going to stop just because school is out, because that's how we get our children. Mm-hmm. Is the teachers tell us which kids need the food the most, and we go by them. But now that school is out, we'll be going to just about all throughout Sylacauga and Talladega, and maybe hopefully we'll get some in Coosa County this time to feed them in the summertime, where they gather at camps and Boys and Girls Clubs and SAFE. Anywhere we can find kids that they're gathered, we can take them food for the weekend.
And Jim, it's awfully important that we don't lose track of these kids that have been in school, because they can be hungry in the summer too.
I was about to say the same thing. Hunger doesn't take a day off. We have to feed them around the calendar so that their ability to learn will be sustained through the summer, and they won't forget what they've already learned. Feeding a child is very important.
A child gets 2 meals a day at school, but during the summer they don't have that guarantee they're going to get anything. Mm-hmm. So it's more important for us to feed them in the summer than it is during the wintertime.
Wow. How's this funded?
Oh, wow, it's funded in a number of ways. Individual donations from clubs and others. We also go to the churches. 38 churches in the three-county area help us. Very, very large funds. We get some super funding from several large corporations, to include Walmart, and then this past week we got it's a good time to talk about Walmart.
Absolutely.
Just last week we had applied for a grant from the Walmart Foundation, and the grant came through, and they called us out to the local Walmart to present us with a check for $50,000. Wow. Yeah. I'm telling you that. It was so much fun to go out there and somebody hands you a big check that was going to feed literally thousands and thousands of people. That check will feed over the course of this year probably 10 or 12,000 people. For a week or more groceries each
How long did it take to apply for the grant?
It takes about 7 months. Okay. Well, we started sometime last October making arrangements for this grant. There have been some interviews. We've talked to the people in Bentonville, Arkansas, shared with them what we're already doing and what we'd like to do. Walmart is one of the biggest supporters of food insecurity in America. We have Feeding America and Walmart Foundation. Last year, Walmart Foundation gave $25 million nationwide to feed people. But they don't just give cash. They give us tons and tons of food from two of the Walmarts here in this area of Chelsea and Sylacauga. This year alone, we'll get almost 200,000 pounds of food that is very fit for human consumption. That food is also short dated, or has to be used right away. Mm-hmm. We can bring it and put it in our freezer and stop the use by date until we can get it distributed.
You've had to expand your facilities. You've grown so fast.
Well, we started out in a 200 square foot storage building, and then we moved to Childersburg with 2,000 square feet, and now we're in 7,000 square feet provided by Marble City Baptist Church. And we've decided that we will not expand our barns any further. We'll feed more people.
So we are looking to expand, but it's going to be within our facilities that we're already in. We have huge walk-in freezers and coolers, and we're going to try to take those from the inside and put them on the outside, and that'll increase our storage on the inside. So.
Well, this past weekend, Sylacauga residents got in on the giving too.
Oh, let me explain to you. That was the National Association of Letter Carriers and Rural Letter Carriers of America, and the postmaster and the post office here in Sylacauga, and other post offices nationwide. But in Sylacauga, they accumulated about 12,500 pounds of food.
That's a lot of food.
It was 11 pickup trucks worth of food. To put that in another perspective, if we were doing our shopping ourselves, that would be 207 baskets of food filled completely running over. And when I say running over, I have to use both hands because they were running over. And it was so exciting.
What is this food used for?
This food is used to feed people in Sylacauga. A small amount of it will be shared in the Sylacauga, Talladega County, and Coosa County area, but mostly the food is for our people right here in Sylacauga. We're excited about it.
I want to go back just a minute to you getting the call from Walmart. Knowing you guys as Christian people, I bet you were pretty excited about that, weren't you?
Oh, we get what I call holy bumps. They just. Excuse me, please. We are very excited, and we know it's answered prayer anytime that any food. We get almost as excited over a $5 check as we do a $50,000 check, because we know that somebody or some organization has given to the best of their ability to share food with others in this area.
Why the need to continue to collect food? Is it not getting better?
Oh yes, well, it's continued to get better all the time, but the economy, even though it's rallying just a wee bit, is still sliding. People can't afford to heat and eat and go to the doctor. So there's a continuing need in all over America, but especially in Talladega County. Talladega County is one of the in the top or the bottom 4 as far as food security in Alabama, and our little area has fewer resources to get to big loads of food than any other county in Alabama. So Feeding America, the Community Food Bank in Birmingham, and Alabama Childhood Food Solutions are working, I would say, feverishly to make a difference in people's lives here. The federal government can't do it all. We have to supplement the money and food that is available. We don't have to, but God has called us to care for those around us, and that's our intent.
Linda, 21,000 food insecure children in Talladega, Coosa, and eastern Shelby counties. That's a lot of insecure children, and there's over 2,500 families who can just hardly make ends meet.
I know it. It's just unreal. And seeing the people that we get, once you see them and talk to them, you know that they need food. And it just breaks your heart to see these that come in. We have some that are handicapped, some of them that are deaf, some of them can't speak. We have senior citizens that barely get by on like $17 a month on food stamps, and they have no money for medicines and stuff like this. Barely can pay their rent or their electric bills. And then we have single parents that come through. And you'd be surprised at the number of parents that come through and work, but they can't make ends meet. You know, they just cannot provide that insurance for their car to get back and forth to work, even put gas in their cars. And we have people that come to us, they will ride 3 and 4 in a car because they don't have transportation, you know, just to get there. And our children are the same way. And if we feed those families and feed the children, then maybe someday we can see a better society coming out because the kids can learn better in school.
Yeah.
You know,
Jim, we have several other agencies here in this area that's picking up the slack as well.
I'd say they pick up the slack, and we're really excited that we cooperate with all of the other agencies. The 2 other in Sylacauga primarily is the Care House, which does an amazing job. Earl Lewis been there for a long time. Yep. He cares like we care for the people of Sylacauga. The Sanctuary feeds nearly 100 families once a month, and they're doing an amazing job there. We share with them. We also have a soup kitchen at the Sycamore Baptist Church on Wednesdays of each week. They take care for about 125 people. And as we get food that we can't, in container sizes that we don't need at Alabama Childhood Food, we share it with these other agencies and try to make a difference in a number of ways, in a number of lives. It's not our food. God has charged us and the 500 volunteers that we have to share this food as quickly as possible. During a 1 month period, we would go to from the full barn to the floor 3 times. And it's exciting because once we get all the food out, we sweep the floor and go get some more.
Speaking of volunteers, we could use some volunteers, couldn't we?
We need volunteers on 4 or more days a week. We need them on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for about 2 hours at our warehouse at 114 Canyon Ridge Road. We do encourage people to call us and tell us they're coming so we don't wind up with more people than we have jobs available. I need 3 or 4 able-bodied men who can drive to Birmingham 1 day a week to pick up the food at some of the grocery stores that participate with us. Our participating grocery stores is Publix, Walmart, Sprouts Fresh Market, and
2 Winn-Dixie's.
2 Winn-Dixie stores, Childersburg and in Chelsea. And I need some driver help along that line.
And when he says driver help, he means men that can pick up about 50 pounds.
Men.
Yes,
Able-bodied.
and can drive a truck with a trailer pulled behind it. You know, a lot of people can't do that. So
you do need to be able to back a trailer and drive a truck successfully.
Y'all were blessed with that too, weren't you?
We were in the past 12 months. We were given this by the Community Foundation of Greater Birmingham. It's a $54,000 rig, and we're really excited about it. We can bring frozen food from Birmingham in our trailer freezer with no change in temperature, so we can provide quality food easily in Sylacauga area.
Partners from the business community. You've been blessed there too.
We have been blessed. We have a number of good partners in the Sylacauga area. It would take me 15 minutes to just go down the whole list. In addition to Walmart, Save a Lot has given us some grants, and they're a big help. We've been in all the grocery stores here, please.
Family Dollar.
Family Dollar Store helps us. Safe is a partner of ours. Get Healthy Alabama is a partner of ours. Feeding America. The list just goes on and on. Corporate sponsors, there are 10 and approximately 11. Toyota of Sylacauga and Toyota of America have been a big help to us. And as we all walk together, nobody has to do a gigantic thing. We can make a difference in this town and care for our own neighbors.
Wow. Jim and Linda Jones, Alabama Childhood Food Solutions, our guests this morning. I guess you get around to clubs and churches kind of letting them know what's going on.
We'll go nearly anywhere to share the message of what God needs all of us to do in Sylacauga area. We'll speak with the clubs, churches. I'll be glad to come to your business and tell you about how you can participate either on a big basis or just on a regular sustaining basis. We need continuing partners. The big grants are super, but we need to know that we'll be able to meet the $25,000 a month grocery bill that we have.
What geographical area can people come from to receive food from Alabama Childhood Food Solutions?
Talladega County, Coosa County, and the eastern half of Shelby County.
So you get people from Childersburg. We got a big viewing audience in Childersburg.
Absolutely, we do.
Okay.
We do ask that they call for an appointment, and we can give that number out in just a minute. The numbers for an appointment to get food, it's 256-346-3490. They will not get a live person. They'll get a recorder at 346-3490. And we will get back to you if we have any appointments available. Right now we're feeding on semi-monthly. It means twice a month in my mind. Right at 300 families on the first and third Thursday of the month. And when I say we give them food, we give them a grocery basket full of food. We give meat, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, drinks and liquids, milk, bakery goods. Last 2 weeks we gave away 796 dozen eggs. That's a quite humorous story. We had a bunch of eggs, and I looked up to heaven and I said, Lord, we got a lot of eggs, we need some bacon. The very next morning, God sent us a truckload of 960 pounds of bacon. Go figure, God is in charge, and we're just riding along here.
Yeah, Jim and Linda Jones, Alabama Childhood Food Solutions, our guests this morning. Do you ever just stop and for a moment and say, wow, what an awesome responsibility that God has given us?
Actually, we have so much support. We are excited that God would use us. But this is one of the organizations that I was able to start at the top and work my way down to janitor over 4 years. But we do need your help. We need people to do a number of jobs, volunteer to sort the food when we get it in. That's a critical issue. We have to know what we have so that we can distribute it in a timely manner.
And this is not in our notes or anything this morning, but I do want to ask you this because we see stories from time to time of abuse of companies that are taking the money and doing something else with it. You guys are under an umbrella that kind of takes care of things.
We are a 501c3 nonprofit, tax-exempt state organization and federal organization is 501c3. But all the food belongs to God, and we don't take any salary. There's no salaried employee in our organization. By being all volunteer, we can use any money that comes in to buy food. Mm-hmm. Of course, you have to have some money to keep the lights on, but not very much. Only 4% of our budget is used for transportation, lights, phone, and that kind of stuff. So 96% of every dollar, or 96 cents out of every dollar, goes to buy food. And there's no $1 million salaries going to me or Linda or anybody.
It'd be nice. But
it probably would be nice, but God provides so that we're not hungry.
That's right.
And I quality test everything that we get in.
Quickly, where can people go for more information and how to get in touch with you guys?
If they have access to a computer, it's www.alabamachildhoodfood.com, alabamachildhoodfood.com. Or they can call the appointment number, 256-346-3490. Or if they need to call me, my number is 256-207-8048. And we take calls any daylight hours.
Facebook.
And they can send contributions to an address too.
Yeah, they can send contributions directly to us at 205 Old Home Place, 205 Old Home Place, Alpine 35014.
All right.
Linda, you had something you wanted to add there?
No, okay. I was just going to say we're also on Facebook too.
Okay. Well, social media's got to go.
That's good.
Facebook is a fun place. You can see what's happening and what God is doing and what He lets us help Him do.
Okay, and when you see that big rig rolling down the highway, you know that it's either going or coming.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. Sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, Jim and Linda Jones from Alabama Childhood Food is our guests this morning, and we appreciate both of you being here and continued success in feeding the people in this area.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you for